Everything is working well so far, and let's continue with our application. We have displayed our categories from the REST API, and I want some things to do here. First thing, let's move this to text to center. I will just go to the category list component.css, and I want to move table header, text align center. I would just want to move it to the center, and vertical align will be a middle. It will be table, I'm sorry. And also for table TD, let's do the same. I'll just copy and let's paste it, and let's see how it will look. Now it looks better. Now I can just close this category list component.css. And the next thing that I want to do, for example, we only have 3 categories here. We will add some more, but what will happen if we have thousands of data from our REST API? It will be well unordered. We need to provide some pagination, and we can do it in multiple ways, but the easiest way for me is to use jQuery data table. And I will just go to the Google and I will type jQuery data table. Let's click here, datatables.net, and let me see these imports. We have JS and CSS2. We need to include these 2 files. Okay, I will just copy this CSS, and I will go, we need to go, let's close this all for now. Let's go to the index.html to include this. I will include it above Bootstrap CSS, but it's not complete. We need to type, just a moment, we need to open a link tag. And also we need to type rel equal to style sheet. And we need to type ref. And now and it also requires HTTPS for this. HTTPS. And now I will just copy this entire. I will cut it, and inside the ref I will paste it. I think that will be good. And I also need a script tag. Source will be equals. Now let's see. Let's use this link. Let's paste it. But we also need to type here HTTPS, 2 dots, like this. It's 1.13.7 is a current version. I think that we did it properly. Alt Shift and I will just type Alt Shift and F to reorder this code. We will see if everything will work fine, but of course we need to, I can close this now. It will not affect anything on our application. Let's define it. Now let's go to the category list HTML, index HTML we can close, and category list component.ts. Now in the category list component we have defined table, we give it ID a listing table, which is great. That is all what we need here. And now in the list all categories, let's expand a little this function. Then response. And first thing, let's select a listing table tag. We can use, I will use backtick, listing table. We want first to destroy previous view. I will type data table, and we will use destroy function. And also I will select listing table. This is jQuery code, data table. And we have defined this listing table in the data table, but we have error. Let me see now how it works. Okay, we have compiled with the problems, cannot find $. Do you need to install the definitions for jQuery? We have defined jQuery in our index.html. We will not install it. I think that we have jQuery. Yes, we have jQuery here, so we don't need to install it. The only thing that we need to do, let's define here below inputs, let's define two variables. Let's declare var jQuery but we also need to specify the type. It will be any, and for the $, it will be any also. I think that it will be good now. And now let's see how it will gonna work. And as you can see, we have search bar here, and we can select how much we want to display, but there is one problem. As you can see, showing 0 to 0 of 0 entries. We have 3 entries, but it's marked with 0, and as you can see, no data available in table. What can be the problem? The problem can be, let's see to our code. We have destroyed previous view, which is fine. And we added a listing table, the data table, but it has been resolved before we redefine the category list. And there can be, I think that's the problem. Now, what we can do? Let's try to set another timeout, and let's create a function inside, and I will give it just 1 millisecond. I think that will be enough. And now I will cut this. It will delay only 1 millisecond, but I think that will be enough to load all data. We will see. Now I will check to see how it works, and now it's better. It's great. 1 to 3 of 3 entries, which is perfect. And now I will just try to see if this works. We can sort by category ID, as you can see, ascending and descending order, and we can do with another fields too, which is great. I like to use jQuery data table for pagination. It's easy to use. Of course, this is basic settings. You can look to the jQuery data table documentation for some extra features. Now we can select if we want 10, 25, 50 or 100. This is default choice. You can of course change it, but we will not gonna do it now. We have pagination working successfully. Great, and the next thing that we want to do, and I just want to test this search bar, laptop. Okay, it's working. Mobile. Yes, it's working. Search bar is working too. And now the next thing that we want to do, let's create this. We have under construction. We will just create. I will need. Let me see what we will need. We can create some buttons. Or we can create a drop-down menu. I think drop-down menu will be better. Let's create a div. Class will be drop-down. And now let's create a button. Will be button info and drop down toggle, and let's define data toggle equals to drop down. I think that will be, and the button will be actions. Let's see how it looks like. Let's see the change. Yes, it looks great, but when I click, of course, we haven't defined anything, and that is why I have this error. Now we need a drop-down menu, and we can create it below this div. Class drop-down menu, and inside this div we can create some items, and it will be buttons. Button class equals to button info. What option we will have? We will have products to see all the products of this category. We can also update category, and the last option will be to delete category. For delete we can use button danger, red button. Now let's see how it looks like. Oh, I forgot drop down item. Drop down item. And also here. Let me see how it looks like. It doesn't work again. Let me just, I think that's the name of the class. Let me just remove drop down menu and drop down item. I think that should be let me see what's the problem type error. I see what's the problem. It's not inside drop down, it's my fault. And I will type it again, button info. Here also will be button info, and here I will type button danger. Now let's see how it works. Will it work now? Well, it works, but I don't get it why button classes are not working. Well, we can define these colors manually, but I would like to use Bootstrap. I'm using Bootstrap to not need to change the colors, but okay, let's do it manually. Let's just remove button to see will it work, but I really doubt. Let's try one more time. No, it's not working. So let's delete these classes. We will just leave it as a drop down item. But we can change the color manually. Let's give it style. For the products will be the same. Let's select some colors. Let's go again to HTML color codes. Let's find blue color. This one can be good. 0707C9. That's good. And I need a text color. But I will define it later. Let me define first on mouse over. I want to also define background color. This dot style, and let's define background color. Now I will find some lighter version. Let's try with this one to see how it will work. Maybe it's a better 172. Sometimes I have a problem when paste it. 172 EED. And also I need on mouse out. This dot style will be equals, and under the single quote I will use the same background color default, and it needs to be inside single quotes. Let's see how it will gonna work. Will it work? And also I need to define a text color. Let me see products. Oh, this text color is not good. I need to have white or a light gray. Let's go to the HTML color codes. I will find some color. Okay, this one. D9, D9, DC. D9, D9, DC. And also I will paste it to all. On mouse over and also on mouse out. This color can be the same. I will save. Now I will see how it looks like. Now it looks better. It's okay. And also I will do the same for update. I will just copy entire style. I will paste it and I will type Alt Shift and F to reorder this code. I can do the same. I will also paste here for delete, but I will just change the color. I will paste and I will type Alt Shift and F to reorder the code, and I will change the color. Let's change background color. Let's look for the red one. We will find it here. Let's have darker version here. This one can be good. B21515. B21515. This is the default one. And we will define it also in on mouse out. Background color will be B21515. And now we just need to change on mouse over background color. Just we will use a lighter version. This one will be E9, 1E. Okay, this one will be on mouse over. E9. Let me check. Now I will see how it will look like. Of course, you can select the colors which you desire. You don't need to do it the same like me. It looks better. It will, at least it looks a little bit better. Of course, you can do it better than me, of course, and that will be enough for this tutorial. This page is working fine. It has pagination and looks pretty good for now, and we will create events for another CRUD operations in the next tutorial. See you soon.